If I want to kind of break this down to the very simple. Let's say I'm a thriver,
Yeah.
and I'm watching this, and I have a business it's a newer company.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm installing wall foam. I make homes more. I know we have one thriver who makes homes more energy efficient.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Good.
How does he start writing articles, and how does he start connecting with these reporters?
Oh, it's easy. I would just say, first off, I'm in the business, I'm in the green business, if I were him. You know, I'm in the business of making this world more natural and more healthy.
Yeah.
And one of the things I do is I help people insulate their homes so that they use or lose less of the energy that they're using.
Yeah.
And so that their homes are more comfortable and worth more on resale. So you start thinking about all the implications of insulation. There are many values to it on many levels. In the resale and the initial purchase and the comfort day-to-day. Soundproofing, you know, you start thinking about all the echo effect of what he does. That's a pretty cool thing. So I would communicate with people, that's what I do. And then I would write articles and publish the articles in all of the local publications where people would look if they were going to remodel their home. So where's that? Look at the ones where the other people advertise.
Oh, okay.
And if there's a concentration of advertisements by the people that do the kitchen countertops and the driveways and the re-roofing and all that sort of stuff, show up in there and talk to the publisher and say, hey, would you like to have an article every so often on how to insulate your home for sound, how to reduce your energy costs, how to, you know, the top 10 ways to improve the value of your home on resale.
So you just reach out to the media, call the newspapers. They're looking for articles. They're looking for content.
They are.
Reach out, say you're an expert in this area.
And not just the print media. This is also for the online media. You know, for the
bloggers.
all the people, yeah, the bloggers, the Facebook pages, the, you know, whatever it happens to be, LinkedIn, wherever that kind of a business is advertising locally, Craigslist, you know, those kind of things.
You mentioned specifically, you say conduct surveys and provide free services.
Yeah.
I know we have a videographer in Oregon. What kind of advice would you have? How does a videographer in Oregon provide free services to help generate more business, or how would that help him doing that?
The first thing I would do is I'd figure out which charities I cared the most about,
Yeah.
which causes,
Okay.
and I would look at the ones that drew the biggest attention
Yeah.
and start with them. So for me, it was when I moved from La Jolla, California, San Diego, to Westlake Village in Thousand Oaks, California, up on the other side of LA. I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
But I wanted to live there so I was closer to my son and grandkids.
Yeah.
And didn't have LA between the two of us. So I moved there and immediately started thinking, okay, I'd like to get involved. I need to sort of rebrand myself so that the people in this community know me.
Yeah.
And I contacted the local news organizations, the Acorn News. How convenient is that? The Acorn.
The Acorn
I sent
News.
them an Acorn newspaper. I gave them a copy of my book, The Acorn Principle, and they said, oh my gosh. And then I told them what I did for a living, and they ended up doing a feature article with color photos and all that about me, which led to a whole string of other big payoffs over time.
But if you're going to do some free services, you got to pick out the big
That's right.
organizations.
So I looked for the one that I could connect with the most, and the one that seemed to hold the most promise was the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
I became involved for 5 years. I served on their board, actually for 6 years, and became the chairman of their big annual gala and all that. And that was giveaway. You know, that was me giving
your
my
time
services.
and your services.
Yeah. So I had to be careful not to let that eat into my ability to pay my own bills. But still, doing that got me known throughout the entire community. Got me referred to Sherwood Country Club, where I became a member, and for 13 years, you know, loved living and thriving there as well. I got all kinds of other opportunities just as a result of giving to the Boys and Girls Clubs and helping in the community that
You
way.
mentioned conduct surveys,
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking of, we have an orthodontist up in Missouri who, you know, how would he go about conducting surveys in order to grow his brand identity? How would he do that?
I would figure out what statistics, what facts would you benefit from having statistics on.
Okay.
Like how many kids are born with orthodontic needs.
Okay.
You know, not born with, but likely to have, you know, so that you can predict it in advance. How many adults have benefited from orthodontia? how many different approaches are there? And then I'd start writing articles. I'd do surveys that could feed the articles. So you go do online surveys. Maybe you send someone out talking to people and doing some surveys in different ways. But compile that into some articles or information that you can then publish, because that's news.
Right. But and this is big because, again, if you're in the market right now, you might have a lot more time than money. A lot of business owners have a lot more time than money. And all the things you're mentioning here can really leverage your time. I mean, you can get in there and really make a big impact without spending a ton of money on, you haven't said, step 1, spend $16 million on ads. No. Step 2, spend $30 more million on ads. I mean, none of your steps
get the
are...
front page of Time Magazine. No,
all these things are things that are doable.
Yeah.
These are doable action items.